Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm Greg Gumbel here with my partner Clark Kellogg, bringing you the 2K Sports Season Preview Show. Here are the Big Five, the top teams in the country as we begin the season. The Georgetown Hoyas come in as the number 1 ranked team, followed by North Carolina, Duke, UNLV, and Illinois. So, Clark, what's your initial impression of our top 5 teams?
Those are some terrific teams, Greg, and the thing I find most fascinating about the top 5 is the number of contrasting styles we see here. These teams couldn't be more different, and I love when we have that kind of diversity at the top of the poll.
The Georgetown Hoyas are projected as the favorites here in the early going. They'll be looking to make another run like the one they made last spring, which took them all the way to the Final Four.
The players that are coming back are used to playing in that big game atmosphere, and that gives them a huge edge down the road in March.
North Carolina is in the number 2 spot. They're a tough team, but they're going to have a very hard time surviving that vicious conference they're in.
They're ranked highly now, but they're going to have to play a lot of tough games in that conference, and if they're not consistently playing at a high level, we could see them slip a bit.
Duke comes in as number 3. They had a terrific record last season, finishing with 22 wins.
That says a lot about the team they had last year, but trying to rack up that many wins shouldn't be their goal. They need to focus on just playing good basketball and getting to the conference schedule with a nice head of steam. The wins will come.
UNLV starts the year as the 4th-ranked team. They wrapped up their season last year with a trip to the Sweet 16, but it ended there.
A similar result this year probably won't satisfy them. They've got the potential to go a step beyond the Sweet 16, so just getting back there is going to be a disappointment, not an achievement.
Illinois is the number 5 team. They'll be trying to build on last season's regular season conference championship.
No matter how many different pieces they have this year as compared to last, they'll go into this season with the attitude of we're the champs, and if you want the crown, you've got to go through us.
Here's the next group of teams in our preseason top 25. What do you think of this group, Clark?
These teams might not be in the top 10, but you better not overlook them. I would venture to say that several of these teams will win their conference and surprise people in the tournament.
The UCLA Bruins, the number 15 team, have stirred up a lot of talk in the offseason. They were unstoppable last season, finishing with 30 wins.
Winning that many games again is going to be extremely difficult, no matter how much talent they have. Not many teams play that many games, never mind win that many. They'll be on the verge of dynasty status if they repeat that performance.
The Texas Longhorns, the number 13 team, have also generated a lot of interest. Their tournament last year came to an abrupt end with a loss in the second round, Clark.
It can be demoralizing for a team not to get past the first weekend of the tournament, but they've had all summer to forget about that loss and instead build on the positives from last season.
Okay, Clark, let's take a look at the teams that close out the preseason top 25 poll. How about this list?
The difference between this group and the previous group is depth, plain and simple. They can match up with anybody at the start of the game, but due to a short bench, they just won't be able to keep up through the end.
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, the number 18 team, could be one to watch. This team may lean on some untested players this season, but that might not be a bad thing, Clark.
A few of the players on this team who didn't get the chance to play quality minutes last season are poised to step right into the spotlight and have breakout years this season. You may not know their names now, but you will soon.
The Oklahoma Sooners, the number 21 team, are also worth keeping an eye on. This school has developed a reputation for having some of the most rabid fans in college hoops.
Walking into their building is going to be a tough proposition for a lot of their opponents. They can get that place rocking, and I wouldn't be shocked if they lose very few, if any, games at home this season.
We've come to the part of the show when we look at the top players in the nation and unveil the list of our preseason All-American. There before you are the 5 first-team All-Americans as we begin the season, and what a list it is. What's your take on the first-teamer at the top of the list, Clark?
Iverson is a tremendous talent, Greg. What I like about him most is his ability to find the soft spot in an opposing defense and exploit it. And he can do it no matter how a defense chooses to play him. I have yet to see a team truly shut him down.
As for our next first-teamer, North Carolina is more than willing to go into battle with him, Clark.
Jordan is really something special, Greg. There's plenty to like about him as a player. He's got that deadly combination of smarts and physical skills that makes him so difficult to defend. A coach's mentality in the body of a world-class athlete. Any questions as to why he's on the list?
Next up is a player that's drawing comparisons to some of the all-time college greats. The West Virginia Mountaineers are fortunate to have him in their corner.
West is a first-teamer without a doubt. He has such versatility. He can take it and rake it, get down the court with the ball and make plays. He'll be a nearly impossible matchup for their opponents.
Let's move on to a player who's worked very hard to earn his spot on the list. The UNLV Runnin' Rebel can depend on a solid effort from him each and every night.
Johnson is the anchor of his team, and if they're going to the promised land, he's the one that's going to lead them there. We always talk about the guys with great hands. Well, he's got great feet. I love those happy feet. There are few players in the nation with better footwork than him, and that's what allows him to always be in the right position, whether it comes to rebounding or finding space for an open shot.
And finally, we have another superb player to round out the first team, the Georgetown Hoyas. We'll probably get used to seeing him make the impossible look ordinary.
Ewing already has opposing coaches drawing up game plans designed to stop him, but it won't matter what they come up with. Give him too much room and he'll burn you off the dribble. Or play him tight and watch him find a teammate for an easy hoop. One way or the other, he's unstoppable.
As we move to the second team All-Americans, we can see there's no shortage of talent with this group. They're all elite players with the potential to dominate the game. The Davidson Wildcats have built their team around this young man's talent, and I'd say that's a pretty good idea.
Cole was a very hard player to leave off the first team. If I had to pick some front runners for the Player of the Year award, he would be right there on the list. I've seen him take over games even when he isn't scoring 30. There are some great scorers among these All-Americans, and he's one of them, but he does much more than score.
The next player on the team is a sensational player in his own right. Notre Dame is in for a great year if he lives up to his potential.
Carr is someone you could look at as last season progressed and see his improvement on a weekly basis. I have no doubt he belongs on this All-American team, and I think the sky's the limit for him this season.
We can expect to see some amazing performances out of him all year long. The Duke Blue Devils hope to have this young man carry the load for them, and he looks up to the task.
Hill has terrific skill in so many facets of the game. It isn't out of the realm of possibility to say that he might even be a little bit underrated. I know it seems far-fetched to say that about a preseason All-American pick, but I'm not sure people realize just what a huge year he's in for, Greg.
Our next All-American may have designs on the first team by the end of the season. Louisville has one of the most reliable go-to guys in the country in him.
Number 31 was one of the first players that came to mind when I was thinking of the top 10 players in the nation. The success of his team rests directly on his shoulders, and I believe he has the ability to take them all the way to the title.
Here is the final player to cap off our list of All-Americans. The Houston Cougars know who their fan favorite is going to be this year.
Olajuwon is last but not least on the All-American list. His upside is higher than a lot of the other guys here because he has so much raw ability. He could jump to the first team this year if he harnesses all that ability into the complete package.
All right, Clark, thanks very much. Glad you could join us for the 2K Sports Season Preview. We hope you enjoy all the college hoops action ahead. So long, everybody.